All right, so tonight we are going to talk about how to handle disrespect. And not just any disrespect, but disrespect in public. In public when you are hanging with your girls or you and your significant other around, or maybe just you and your significant other, who knows, right? It's just you outside, right? Or maybe you in church, but technically you outside, you're not in the house. So wherever scenery is, you're in public. And what about when someone says something so rude and you just wanna, what you said, but you can't. You can't because you're in public. You can't because other people watching you, other people hear you. And don't let you be someone with a title, with high standards. Because guess what? Now everybody looking like, how's she gonna respond? How he gonna respond? And you gotta think quick on your feet. How you feel about that public disrespect, Coco? Just like real quick, 3 to 5 words. How you feel about that public disrespect?
Well, I'm human, so of course I don't like public disrespect. But there is a time and place for everything, and there's a way to handle everything. So I would love to learn how to handle that with class and professionalism.
Okay, I get it because immediately when we think about what disrespect looks like, you automatically think passive aggressive. Because you know people is like say little slick stuff, and you like, I caught that. I caught that T. And then it can also look like insults. Something that's just straight up disrespectful, straight up rude. It ain't like I clocked. It's like I see it, I hear it. What's up? Right? It's insults. And then you have people just always interrupting you, cutting you off. Like, dang, I didn't get it up. I didn't get to say what I need to say. They're just cutting you off. They're interrupting everything. And then some people mock you. Like it's just mockery, side jokes. It's like, that you're trying to be funny, right? So just identifying it. So we want to define what is disrespect? What is disrespect? Because some people say, "Oh, I didn't know I was hurting your feelings," or "I didn't know I was being disrespectful." All of that is disrespectful. If you always mocking someone, if you're being slightly rude, rudeness is in there. So disrespect. If you are being passive aggressive, nice, nasty, I like to say, disrespect. All of that falls into that same category. And where does it normally show up in the workplace when you working, your coworkers? Because they love to try you. They love to try you like they your boss. And it's like, nah, we all got the same boss, right? And sometimes it is your boss, but you still have to respectfully let them know we're grown in a working environment. Because when we outside of these doors, we're on the same level. So we have to always speak with that kindness and that respect, right? Because it can go both ways. It can be the employee disrespecting the boss, and that boss might gotta hold a tongue because you are the boss. You have that title. So that's where those spaces, it can happen in those spaces. And then also, I think a lot of people react out of embarrassment because you're really embarrassed, you're ashamed, and it's like, what these people gonna think about me? They laughing at me. So a lot of embarrassment comes into play. You can lose your voice because you yelling, you screaming at the top of your lungs. Now your voice is a little squeaky because you lost it from yelling so much. And then it can also trigger some past traumas. It can bring up some other stuff, right? Because now your mind thinking, you overthinking, like, she talking to me like like my cousin did, or my ex did, or my dad or my mom. Like it can trigger some other stuff, or who they think they are. They think they my mama. They think they my dad. It can go any direction, right? And then we also have what drives people to this place of being disrespectful. It can be ego. I got a big ego, like I can't sing, but y'all get the point. It got a big ego, kind of like what Beyonce was saying. It happens, and people just be talking real crazy at the mouth. And then some people love to be in control. They gotta be in control of everything. So they belittle the next person so that they can be the big person. And reality is just all disrespect. And then we have people who are insecure because I feel small. I got to make everybody else feel small. I have to make the next person feel small. And what comes out is that disrespect, that putting someone down, that nitpicking, that pulling out what you think is someone's weakness, to break them down. So, and that's disrespectful. That is a form of disrespect. Um, just to put yourself on a higher pedestal. It's not okay. Not okay. So I just wanted to go over what that looks like. What's the definition? Because sometimes you may be that person, whoever is watching at this moment, you may be that person who is being disrespectful and not know. So just, take some notes. If you don't have your notebook, you don't have a pen, go get it. We need that so that you can write this stuff down and reflect later. That was a lot. So just like I just took a breath, when you are in those moments and you feel like you're being disrespected, I need you to take a breath. And when you take that breath for a moment, because in your mind, like who they think they talking to, I'm gonna go 0 to 100, right? So in that moment of taking that deep breath like that, I also need you all to assess your surroundings. Look at your surroundings, look at your space. Is it a door? Do I need to walk out the door? Like, do I need to leave this environment? Who's around? Is it someone else who can pick up on my energy, redirect me, help me reframe this situation? Or is it a lot of people in the room who's going to escalate the situation and make it worse? Assess the room, assess the space, see where you are, identify what's going on to see what can help you, what will provoke you, and what will trigger you. So we can avoid all of that in that space at that time. And then also take that in that moment of that deep breath. It can be like 2, 3 minutes of that deep breath. Take that moment to also think about what do I need to do to make myself feel more powerful? How can I get my power back without dumbing down to that person's level, without being disrespectful like this person? Because we don't want to cuss them out, right? But we do want to get our power back. So what that looks like, how I get my power back without cussing them out? How I get my power back without letting them know how I feel? You can get that power back by just simply saying, let's talk another time. Make this is not the time for this conversation. If it's online, because online cyberbullying is a thing, cyberbully is a thing. So if it is online, you can also just say, let's talk about this conversation offline. Can I call you really quick? Not a text message. We love to go to the text. No, because if I'm already angry and you're texting me, I'm gonna say, oh, she got an attitude. She cussing me out. The girl didn't cuss you out. The boy didn't cuss you out. They're just trying to get their point across, but you have an attitude. So you took it the wrong way and you read it with attitude. So that's why we want to make a phone call. We want to be adults and make a phone call offline. We're not talking online. We're making the phone call. And on that phone call, you already took your deep breath. You already thought about what you're going to say. So it's going to come out the right way. Don't be afraid to have the conversation, right? So far, what y'all think? This is it's given, it's helpful. We follow, we got questions. Just give me a thumbs up, nod your head, or you can come off speaker. It's up to you. All right. So they good to go, y'all. Just letting you know. And also anyone who's watching this recording, just drop your anything in the comments. Just drop it down below. If you have questions, you have suggestions, drop it down for the next brother, the next sister, drop it down there. All right. And then what's some other things we can say? You can just say, let's refocus this scenery. Let's refocus the conversation because it's drifting off in the wrong direction. Because you ever had a conversation where you're saying something and it's real small, like, I only asked you about A, B, and C. You telling me about X, Y, and Z. And now we're about to be on 100. Like, I'm gonna go there. Right? So you may want to just redirect that, reframe it like, hey, can we refocus on the main topic? Because this ain't what we're talking about. And if we keep going down this road, you're gonna get the other side, right? That's you knowing who you are to identify my trigger is about to happen. Identifying I'm about to go to 100. These people trying me. Let's go back the other direction, right? That's a lot to do with maturity, understanding who you are, what's about to become disrespect. Like, because you can normally tell when you're getting to that point. But if you are not mature enough or in that stage in your life to identify it, catch it, reframe it, that's how people go to 100. They cussing each other out and it's just bigger than what it needs to be, right? So that's how you can kind of handle disrespect in a public setting. Refocus, redirecting it, responding in a more mature way. Because everybody have this saying now, what? I'm gonna match the energy. I'm gonna match they giving me that energy. I'm gonna match that energy. Don't match it. Y'all do not match that energy. Be a bigger person. I know. It's kind of hard to be the bigger person, but sometimes it's worth it. Especially like I said, you have a reputation, you have a title behind you, and everybody already looking like what you about to say next. Because I know I be looking too. So we like to be real here. I'm gonna always keep it real with you. And that's why we want to just honestly have these conversations the most mature is way. I'm gonna keep saying that. Be mature about it. Because we need to get that in your head. All right? Just saying. And now we just want to go over some of these things about how to set those professional boundaries in the workplace, which is everything we just said. You just take from one of those gems of what works for you, how to apply it in your workspace versus at home. That's it. That simple. That simple. Yes, ma'am. Everything don't deserve a response. Remember, check out your surroundings. If it's a door, you might got to go out the door. If you can't just hold it, just walk away. And they may, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes they be like, dang, he or she stopped, they just left, they just walked away. Not knowing baby girl was about to be a tornado. It was about to be a blizzard in the room. So it's okay to still walk away. You gotta say a word. And then the ones who get it. They'll know why you walked away. But the immature people who want to push your buttons, who want to be disrespectful, those are the ones who are going to talk junk. But in your mind, you already had your 5 minutes, you already had your moment, your kumbaya, and that's why you walked away. So continue to be that bigger person. That's a main factor, main key of how to handle this disrespect, especially in the public space, especially when you're with your significant other or a close friend. Because if it's intimate like that, we already know what you say, ain't no taking it back. You already said it. And it's out of anger, forget it, right? So we want to handle this the correct way, the right way.
Can I add?
Yes.
Okay. So another good way I think that you can handle disrespect is by like if you feel like it's getting heated, one thing that I practice is if I hear somebody talking and like trying to overtalk me or talk too loud, sometimes I'll say, okay, I see this, about to go somewhere it don't need to go. And right now you're not hearing me. And anything that I'm saying right now, you're really yelling and you're not hearing anything. So I'm just going to pause this conversation for now and we can continue when you calm down, because right now you only heard that one thing that I stated, which wasn't what I was trying to say, and that's what you're conveying as it. So now your brain is stuck on that. So anything I'm saying outside of this, you're not even understanding. So we can continue this conversation when you're calmed down, because I don't want it to be something that it's not, because of a misunderstanding. Or a lot of people have things that happen like in their childhood that they feel are triggers for them, so they are taking that into the conversation that you are in now. And so I say, I feel like it's getting somewhere it doesn't need to be, and before I say something, and that really shouldn't be said. I'd rather us just continue the conversation at a later date. We can reconvene later today or table it. But for now, I want to get out this conversation because one, I respect you as a person, or if we as a friend or whatever, I respect you as a friend, but I don't want to be disrespectful. And I don't want you to be disrespectful to me when we can just calm down and then think about what we just stated to each other and then reconvene.
Yes, I agree 100%. Definitely. And that's identifying those key things, like you said. Yes. And then once you do all of that, you guys, the next step of is protecting your energy. Protecting your energy after the whole shenanigans happen. How do you protect your energy? You can do so by debriefing with a friend. And I know anybody, not the friend who talks too much, who's gonna tell all your business. Not the friend who's gonna be messy, right? You're gonna go to the friend that you trust. You're gonna go to that friend who keeps your thoughts to themselves. You want to go to that trustworthy friend. And if you're in the back of your mind, like, well, who is that? I ain't got one of them. That's fine. You're going to get a journal and you're going to write this stuff down because your journal ain't going to tell nobody unless somebody, find it, but you're gonna put it in a safe place. Put it in a safe place. Don't let nobody read your journal. But yes, you can write these things down if you don't have a friend. And if you don't have a friend, you don't want to write it down, you can always get a therapist. You can always get a life coach because those people are professional. They're gonna keep it in their safe place. It's not going nowhere. And they don't know your friends, they don't know your family. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. But those are three things you can do to protect your energy. And why? Because you're debriefing, you're reflecting, you're going over what was good, what was bad, what could I have said, what could I have not said. That's the whole point of it, right? And like I said, if you don't have a good friend, because I need you to have a good friend, go find you a life coach, a therapist, someone professional, or write it down in your journal. Keep it to yourself, you know. And if you are religious, you can pray or your higher power, whomever, because I know everyone is not religious. So you do what you have to do for that safe place. And then you have to replay it. Like I said, replaying it is reflecting. You think about it, you think about it, you think about it, and you dissect how it played out. Nobody else. You dissect how it played out. Your friend or life coach, therapist, they're not there to judge you. They're not there to tell you how it should have played out. They're there to help you to be that listening ear, active listening, not just I heard one word and went with it. Actively listen, not to overtalk you. I'm telling you how to pick your friend. So, like I said, y'all write these gems down. Take it as needed. And then you're going to just really get that support because sometimes whatever that scenario may be, it could have been trauma for you. What's trauma for me is not trauma for you. What's trauma for you is not trauma for me. So it may be slightly small to me, but it could have been a big trauma for you. If it's trauma, definitely go seek that help from somebody to help you get through it because trauma by yourself, it can be a lot. It can be a lot. We do have novels out there that can help walk you through it. In the comments in the chat below, there will be some links for those novels to help you through it, some those journals to help you through it. The life coaches will drop some of that in the link below if you do need that help because it can get rough. Been there, done that. It can be rough. So please take that time out. And then use affirmations. Some people call affirmations. Some people refer to it as prayer. It can be either or. Guess what? Because both of those are speaking life into you. Both of those are positive. And the reason I say that is because some people are very religious and then some people are not. But if you refer to it as prayer, use it. If you refer to it as affirmations, use it. Because you're just saying, you're looking in the mirror in the morning and you're saying, I'm beautiful. I'm going to make it. It's going to be a good day. right? Or whatever that argument was about. They said I was ugly. You gonna look, I look good. I'm fine, right? Whatever you need to do, lift yourself up through that prayer, through those affirmations daily, every single day. Can I look like that? Because I mean it every single day. And that's it for me. Before we close out, do any of you ladies have any questions or suggestions to add on? If not, we are good to go. And thank you all for coming.